I started to get way more views on my videos when I finally started to study thumbnails. The big shift for me was I started to think through my thumbnails and even make them sometimes before I even wrote or shot my video. There's 3 thumbnail rules that I try to follow in every single video, and there's 4 common mistakes that I see beginner YouTubers make over and over again that stops them from getting views. And in this training, I share all of that with you guys, so let's jump right into it.
When it comes to actually getting thumbnails that gets the click, it needs to be attention grabbing. It needs to be easy to see, and you want to draw curiosity with the thumbnail. So when it comes to attention grabbing, you go on YouTube, maybe you're on the desktop, maybe you're on the phone, and you have this like sea of videos. There's tons of videos to click on, and you got to think about the viewer, right? When they see your thumbnail against all the other thumbnails that are on their feed, you need to be able to grab their attention. So you're in competition with all these other videos. What can you do to actually make your thumbnail stand out? Well, you could use bright colors. You could use faces, because we've just seen even with studies and stuff that we are drawn to faces, and we're more likely to click on a thumbnail maybe that has a face. Now, of course, there's going to be other thumbnails that don't have faces, could get more clicks, but typically having a face is very, very important for getting the click. It could be text. We just naturally want to read things. So when we are skimming through images and there's a big word or a couple words, we will read that. And that can be a great way to grab someone's attention. And also having clean backgrounds, not being too cluttered is a great way to just grab attention. Last year on Think Media, 58% of our views came from mobile. So let me know in the comments, are you typically watch on your phone, or do you typically watch on the computer, the TV? Let me know in the comments. But for us at Think Media, 58% are watching on mobile. Now that's a completely different viewing experience. Look how small this image is on the right-hand side versus the left-hand side. Here's a really easy test you guys can do is shrink your image down. And if you can still read your thumbnail, you can still understand it, what it is. It's easy to see the face, the text, the things that are going on. You pass the test, you're good to go. A lot of the times, simple is better. And it doesn't need to be crazy. And that simple test that you can do is just such a great way for you to see if it is easy to see. The J Alto on Twitter, if you want to follow him, he's just someone who I like following because he posts really good stuff when it comes to thumbnails. All his content is about thumbnails. He dissects thumbnails. This is one of his posts right here. And he has this 3-element rule. So if it has more than 3 elements, it's too confusing. It's too complex. You want to simple it down. So right here, looking at this, this video by Mr. Beast that has 100 million views plus probably, there's 3 elements to it. So you have the coffin, you have him, and you have some text. Okay, so I want you to start applying this to yourself. So that's another question you can ask yourself. Now you want to draw curiosity too. So down here, you can see 3 different images, and they all draw curiosity in a different way. But basically what you want to do is when a viewer looks at your video and they look at the thumbnail, you want to spark a question or thought. You want to make them think to click on the video. You don't want to maybe give them the full answer. Maybe sometimes you do if it can still draw that curiosity, but you want to make that person say, what happens next? Omar here, he's pointing up at that white iPhone, and you're like, wait, you can use your phone as a webcam. It's really interesting, right? And so that video is crushed. Of course, it's a great video, but it's not getting views unless it has a great thumbnail. And even here, you see the $75 and you're like, wait, what's $75? Is it the monitor, the lights, the microphone? It's really interesting. And so that draws curiosity because you don't really know what's $75, but it's a cool setup. So you want to click on it to find out the answer. And then on that far right, there's 50 plus video ideas. You can see there's a graph with getting more views. And you're like, what are those 50 plus video ideas? So drawing curiosity has been a major role player for us to get the click. All right, so here's some common mistakes that happen that a lot of beginners are making. Mistake number 1, too much clutter. We talked about it being simple, the 3-element rule, but this was an interesting take because the one on the right got a lot more views than the one on the left because the one on the right is more simple. Now, even though it doesn't really follow that 3-element rule, I wanted to throw it out there because I know some of you guys are going to be creating thumbnails and you're like, I have to show a lot or something. Sometimes that's true, but there's a better way to do it. So the one on the left, some of these images are blurred out. You can see they kind of took inspiration from the one on the right, but even the background behind Batman on the image on the left, there's lightning, I think a city behind him. There's a lot of stuff going on, but go to the images on the right. It's solid colors. So easy to see. The text is bright. There's a lot happening, but it's much easier to see than the one on the left. So how can you take your thumbnail, even if it is complex, and simplify it, make it easier to see? Mistake number 2 is too much text. So take a look at this image on the left. If you're scrolling on YouTube and you see this, you probably just keep scrolling because there's so much text, like you don't even have time to read all of it. As the one on the right, it's big, it's bold, and there's 4 words there, right? Medigap plant for 2022. Both of these videos are the same type of video, but the one on the right did much, much better. And so we like to stick to 3 to 4 words max when we are creating our thumbnails. Can you do 5, 6 words? Yes, you can. But what we like to do is just keep it super simple, 3 to 4 words. Mistake number 3 is that the face is too small in the frame. Right here, we can see on the left side, she is so far away, we can't see her reaction. And then on the right-hand side, she's a lot bigger in the frame, and she actually fills the frame so much better. So the left-hand side is just, there's a lot of dead space, whereas the right side, things are filling the frame and it's much nicer. Things are bigger. It's easier to see. This would be a perfect example of like scaling it way down and then asking yourself, can I still even like see what that is and what's going on? That right one is one of her newer thumbnails that performed much better. It's a much better thumbnail that's easier to see and fills the frame. Mistake number 4, facial expressions don't match the emotion in the title. So when you're on YouTube, you're going to see the classic YouTube, like, you're going to see the YouTube thumbnail face. You're going to see all that kind of stuff, but you don't just want to do this to do this. You want to actually match the emotion of the title of your video. These are actually the same exact videos. They're the same types of videos, right? So we have freestyle Harry Mack Omegle bar. So basically there's this freestyle rapper and he's going live to like random strangers and just freestyle rapping. And there's these reaction videos. The one on the right is 41,000 views after it was a month old, and the guy only had 7,500 subscribers. So my point here for you guys is like your thumbnail matters so much. Like the fact that you can get 40,000 views, 7,000 subscribers versus I don't remember exactly how many views that he got on this video, but it wasn't as much as he had subscribers.
If you made it this far, you might as well click on the screen and watch this video next. It's a free masterclass showing you exactly how to get views on YouTube. Go check it out. I'll see you guys right over there.